So basically, SPARK, as you know, what it stands for is the School Programs in Articulation, Resilience and Kindness. It's a acronym which we have come up with, and it has various dimensions to it, and we have kept it very open because as things evolve, we also should evolve. Our program should also evolve. The requirement which these students need today may not be what it is like 2 years after. So we have to constantly evolve. That's why we have kept it very open, and through this program we can evolve ourselves. So the vision is basically the hand-holding program for our youth who wants to improve in communication, confidence and aspirations. I believe that this is what we must provide through our education. When we look at today's employment scenario, when what companies want is skilled, confident individuals who can communicate well, that's all. Yes, academics is important, but these skills are even more important today. And these basic skills set which you need to have, the 3 C's, the confidence, the communication and the competence, this is what education must provide. And that is why we have structured this program. In fact, the fundamental challenges what we face, not just in our state but everywhere, is the low employability. 30,000 students are graduating every year, but are they having the skill? Similar question comes, when we see the national scenario as well. So whether the employability is there. So unemployability is a bigger problem than unemployment. So for that, we must ensure that our youth have the skills which are required. Are we not capturing all the growth opportunities? That's another problem. Can we express ourselves? Can we work in peer pressure? Is there adequate role modeling through teachers which is happening? So these are all the problem statements which we had in front of us before we designed this program. Then coming to the goal. So not what we really want to achieve this is basically to make you confident. NEP 2020, if you want to summarize it in a phrase, it says the most important thing is that we must ensure our students learn how to learn. That's the essence of education. That's the fundamental thing which we must do through education. And when will that happen? When our students have these basic skills to learning how to learn. So that's very important. We also want to ensure we build critical communication competencies through English language, which is mostly used in professional domain. We also want to nurture the analytical ability. If you see all the entrance exam these days, they are not fact-based now. 10 years ago, when even I was writing exams, probably these competitive exams were fact-based. They were testing your memory. Now, if you look at any exam, it's based on your analytical skills. So we must develop that. So that is also part. STEM is basically science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This has become more important than the core academics. Whether you know the fundamentals of science, of technology, of engineering and mathematics, this helps in improving the analytical abilities. In fact, the new concept is called STEAM, where there's an A is added, which is basically arts. So that also you have to touch various aspects of arts in your studies. Embrace human values. We say that our students are coming out of the education system, but are they being nurtured into good human beings, good citizens, responsible citizens who understand that along with fundamental rights, there are also fundamental duties? Do they understand that? Do they perform that? Are they contributing back to the society? So these are some of the questions which must be answered by our education, must be answered by our programs. And that is why we have included them as a goal here. And of course, having the aspiration, that's very, very important. Once you have that, the word is your oyster and you can achieve really, literally anything. So these are the goals with which we moved to structure these programs. The 3 pillars, as I said, the most important is, you all must express yourself. So articulation, that's the most important thing. By the time you come out of the school, you should be a confident individual who can speak well. That's the first and non-negotiable thing which we want to do through this program. The second is resilience. There's a lot of competition. in whatever you want to do. So you have to be resilient. You have to keep on going. You will fail. Failure is just a process. It's a ladder. You have to keep on climbing and you will achieve that. So you have to be resilient. You cannot give up. People often talk about why we are not having success in UPSC. We need to have resilience. We need to have that zeal, commitment to continue our attempts. Then the last, as I said, is very important. We want to have youth who, once they are on their feet, they contribute back to the society. They contribute towards Meghalaya. They help the state move forward. So these three are the core values of this program. There are different modules. For example, for articulation, we work on confidence, self-worth. We work on interpersonal skills. We work on clarity and composure. And you can, the approach and outcomes are here. I will not take much time on this. The idea is basically you should feel free to express yourself. For resilience, we use different techniques. We work on logic and reasoning, on decision making, which will help you clear many exams in the future when you go for these entrance exams. For kindness, basically, we work on human values, we work on collaboration, we work on agency. What we have seen is that in school, we have given bagless days, right? So in one of the bagless days, we want to really explore this, where our students go out and do social work. Of course, we have NSS, we have other, bodies are there, but through this, we want to push the value of kindness, where right from the school, children will contribute towards the society. So this is the different modules which are there for kindness. What we have done till now, we have covered all the districts in the last 2 years. We have covered 25 schools. This program basically runs for 10 days, 20 hours per student, and over 5,000 students have been covered. And we are very thankful to our Honorable Chief Minister, sir, who has given all the support and who has assured that we, in the coming times, will continue this and we'll expand this to more schools, covering more number of students. So this was all about the pilot. What have we achieved? What are the outcomes? This is the skill set which they have developed. All 5,000 plus students, they're able to do this. Where they were and what they are today, it's very different. It's really magical to see the transformation which is happening in these 10 days through the campuses. Not just 10 days, and I'm very happy that some of the teachers have continued the approach which they have learned in these, and they continue to help the students to grow. So these are the changes. This may look small, but these are the small steps. These are the first small steps towards the large strides which our students will make in the future. So these are very fundamental to the strides which they will make in the future. So we are very happy with that. This is the demographics we have basically covered. It's a interesting figure that we have covered all these age groups. The idea is that we also want to help you with your SSLC. So we are working with class 6, 7, 8, 9, and by the time you reach that stage where you have to give board exams, you have that confidence. And once you have that confidence, it will be a cakewalk for you all. So this will even help the state in improving the board results in the coming years. So the idea is we'll continue this intervention for you through different stages for like 3 years, 4 years, and then the results will cumulatively be visible in the secondary stage. This is the district spread. We are very happy. We wanted to do this, that we wanted to cover all the 12 districts of Meghalaya, even in the pilot. And when we expand, obviously, we will reach out to more schools. So this is a good dimension that even in the pilot, we have already covered all the districts. These are the various campuses which we have covered through the 2 years which we have been operating this scheme. These are the teacher observations. Now, this is not from our side. This is not from the implementing agency. This is coming from the teachers who are always there with the students, who know their students, and they have seen the change. You can see on the on your left side, basically, the change which has happened. There's more eye contact. There's more confidence. The body language is different. It's better. The public speaking, they're opening up, they're asking questions. The interpersonal skills, they are communicating with each other. So these are just some observations coming from the teachers post the 10-day interventions which we have done in school. These are some of the, basically, so we have done a detailed survey. It's a quantitative survey which backs what we are doing. And these are the improvements in terms of eye contact. So it seems like such a simple thing, but many of students are not able to even make eye contact with a teacher. So the next step of expressing will not come. So this is something which we have seen the improvement in eye contact, in confidence. They are opening up, they are asking their questions, they are communicating, their body language is much better. They are much more expressive. They are thinking, thought process, public speaking. This is one of the most challenging thing. And what happens is that if you don't get over it, it stays with you. It stays with you in college. It stays with you beyond that. So in school itself, you have to be a confident public speaker. So that's something which we want to do through these programs, and same with interpersonal skills. We are a social animal basically. So wherever you go, you have to interact with people, you have to work as a team. So if you don't have that skill, it's difficult to succeed. Only you will not be able to achieve everything. You will need a team, right? So these skills are so important. Student self-assessment also we have done. We have asked how they have felt after this program. So that also, in terms of number, you can see this is reported by students. So we did a baseline and we did an end line after those 10 days. They can see their growth. And self-assessment, I always feel, is one of the most, true reflections of how actual change has happened in students. So this is from them, and then this is validated by the teacher responses also. So these are the different, improvements what we have seen. These are basically needle shifters in the sense that this change will be exponential. This change has already started, and we want to follow it up with further change. Classroom participation has become better in terms of numbers. You can see that. This is all based on our survey which we did. The STEM interest. We are having issues with maths and science. If you look at the NAS scores of 2021, Meghalaya is below the national average, especially in maths and science. So we want to change that. So STEM is part of this program, and hopefully 2024 results will be out soon. So we are hopeful that we will see some improvement there. Growth mindset, yes. Now they have to think about what they want to do. Whenever I have interacted with students, they are having no plan what they want to do after school, after college. So we want you all to start thinking, have a growth mindset, have a plan, what we want to do. Working with human agency, developing your skills is very important. So you as a human capital, the state will prosper if all 10 lakh students which are there in the system, if they have these skills, the state will prosper like anything. Things will exponentially get multiplied. So this human agency is also very important. As I said, this is something which we don't talk about in education, which is unfortunate. It should be there in the curriculum, and we are working on it. But we should talk about kindness. We should talk about what students, how they can contribute when they grow up as a citizen, as an informed citizen. So this is, in fact, for me, I think this is the most important part of the program, where we tell them the importance of kindness. We make them do social work, and they learn through this process. So this is all about Spark, what we have done. What is the road ahead? That we continue engaging with these schools. We expand to more schools. In fact, as much as we can throughout Meghalaya, and the change will be then visible. These are all basically the techniques and strategies which we will be using and which we will be expanding. In fact, as I said, it's an open program because it's school programs. So we can introduce new things as new things come up. These days, AI is becoming very important. LLMs are becoming very important. Can we bring them in this program? Absolutely. So we will continue to improve this Spark program through different things. What we want to do is, what we have done is direct training interventions. We also want to train our teachers, because when we train our teachers, they can train each and every batch which is coming. So in a way, it will be a cascading model. So in the coming year, we'll also be training teachers into this Spark initiative so that they can continue what they learn, they can give to all teachers, batch after batch after batch. So this is what we will be doing. There will be annual Spark events like this. And this is the detail of the direct training interventions which we plan to do with the support of our Honorable Chief Minister. And this is the teacher-led programs which we want to do. We want to train 300 teachers in this coming year, and we want to expand that in the coming times. And finally, we want to culminate things because we have to felicitate and we have to identify those who have done really well. It's very important. So this summit is special in that sense as well. And we look forward to many more such summits. And this is the plan which we want to scale up, and we will do everything from our side to make it happen. So that is all about Spark. To sum up, basically, we want to give these important skills to all our youth of Meghalaya so that when they come out of the education system, they are confident, they can speak, and they can contribute towards making Meghalaya the best state in the country. Thank you. Koble Shabun, Mithila.